Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the annual college baseball bracket picks. Now, D1Baseball.com has been kind enough as to give us their own bracket challenge, which is great because in the past I've had to make my own. It's nice to have an actual fitted bracket challenge for baseball. So of course I'm going to enter. Obviously, you guys know I love college baseball. Now, big announcement. I'm actually going to go full screen for this really quickly. I have two Instagram accounts that I run, Indiana Express and College Baseball Express. Indiana Express is for all things Indiana sports. I recommend following that. I will be covering Indiana baseball's route throughout the tournament, but also me and my friend and I run a page called College Baseball Express. So we're going to have you up to date. We're going to be posting after every single tournament game. We have a whole system divided up. We will keep you up to date on all things college baseball tournament because it can get a little confusing. There are a lot of games. So make sure you guys go follow those two, College Baseball Express and Indiana Express on Instagram. Make sure you give both of those a follow. But now let's go back to the bracket. And let's see what we have here. Rules. You must select one winner and one runner-up for each regional. Select one winner for each Super Regional. Select one winner and runner-up for each College World Series bracket. Select one College World Series champion from the finals group. Submit your bracket. If you get stuck, start up. Okay. Let's go. Let's make some picks. Knoxville Regional featuring Tennessee, Northern Kentucky, Indiana, and Southern Miss. I did not think Indiana would make the tournament. They started the year really hyped up. They got ranked near the start of the year. And then they lost a bunch of games to, I think, a lot of teams they shouldn't have. They held their own in Big Ten play, made it to the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament, but lost back-to-back games to Nebraska. I did not think they would get in. They were one of the last four teams to get in. Tennessee, I mean, they're the favorite. Number one overall team. They're ranked number one for a reason. They're like 50-11. They're unbeatable almost. Southern Miss is a very strong squad too. They won the Sun Belt. Tennessee won the SEC. I think Tennessee's going to win this region. I'd love to see Indiana come away with it. If Indiana plays Tennessee in the regional championship, I might try to go. I don't know. Might have to take a trip to Knoxville. I'll pick Indiana as my runner-up. It's going to be Southern Miss is really good. This is a very strong region. If I'm the number one overall team, I'd be a little upset that they put me with two strong seeds. Greenville Regional, East Carolina, Evansville, VCU, and Wake Forest. East Carolina's a favorite. Wake Forest has some unfinished business from last year. They were ranked number one to start the year. They kind of started out a little slow, but gained some traction near the end of the year. I think they're going to win this one. I know East Carolina gets it at home, and they're a really strong team. I don't think they should be hosting, though. I think Duke kind of got robbed in terms of being able to host. I think East Carolina will be your runner-up, but I think this is Wake Forest's region. Norman region. Oklahoma's a little overrated, in my opinion. They did get swept earlier in the year by Lamar, who, by the way, should have made the bracket. I think they should have made it over Indiana, to be completely honest with you. Lamar had over 40 wins, swept Oklahoma. They had a terrific year. They lost in their conference tournament, did not get the bid, but I thought they should have gotten it. I think Duke is the best team in this region, and I think they come away with it. Oral Roberts is here from last year. They actually, I think, have like a 500 record. They're not as good as they were last year. I think Oklahoma is going to be your runner-up. I think Duke's going to take this one. They're a really good team. They ran through the ACC tournament. I'm really surprised they're not hosting, so I'm going to take Duke. Now, I feel like every year there's a 4 seed or like a really low seed that wins their region. I'm not saying Stetson's going to win this region. They're a really good team, though. I think Stetson's one of the best 4 seeds in this tournament. Watch out for them to maybe make some noise. They also played Florida State earlier in the year, and they gave them a really good game. I don't think they beat them, but I think it was like a 1-run game. UCF and Alabama, your other two teams, these two teams are also really good. I'm having a really hard time thinking of who to pick here. I'm not going to pick Stetson just because I think the region's too strong for them to win. If they were in like a weaker region, I would consider it because they are really good. The favorites, Florida State. I think I'm going to go with them. And then I'm gonna have UCF be my runner-up. This is a really strong region. I think 1 through 4 of this region is deep. I think any of these four can win it. If I had to pick one, I think I would go with the favorite and take Florida State. Moving on to the Fayetteville Regional featuring Arkansas, Southeast Missouri State, Kansas State, Louisiana Tech. Arkansas, I feel like always folds in the tournament. I feel like every year they're projected to go really far and they don't. They've yet to win a national title. I know they've come really close. They had that game against Oregon State back in, I think, 2018, where the one guy dropped the ball, then they tied the game, and Oregon State went on to win. Louisiana Tech is a really good team. I think Kansas State's a little overrated. I don't think either one of these two. I think Arkansas is going to win this one. Louisiana Tech has a really good team, though. Watch out for them. They do not shy away lightly. They're a good team. Charlottesville region, Virginia, Penn, St. John's, Mississippi State. Mississippi State, I think, was also in contention to host. They were ranked near the teens for a while. Virginia's a strong team. I mean, this is St. John's and Penn are decent, but I think this is definitely a two-team race between Virginia and Mississippi State. I'm going to take Mississippi State. I like them a lot. They're battle tested through the SEC. Not to say Virginia isn't, being in the ACC. It's a coin flip. I really like Mississippi State's chances. I'm going to go with them. All right. I'm going to make an interesting pick here. I'm going to take... I don't think Arizona's as great as people say they are. They're good. They won the Pac-12. I don't think they're as good as some of these other hosts, though. Dallas Baptist is also really strong. Grand Canyon's also a good 4 seed. I might take Dallas Baptist to win the region. I'm taking Grand Canyon as my runner-up. I'm not sure how the point system works here, how many points you get for a winner, how many points you get for a correct runner-up. But I'm going to take Dallas Baptist. Grand Canyon as my runner-up. They're a good team. It's in Arizona. Actually, you know what? We're going to get weird. I'm going to take Grand Canyon to win. I feel like you got to have at least one upset in this. I think they're going to have it almost... It's in Arizona. Arizona's the host, but Grand Canyon is going to be... I mean, in-state, they... It's going to be a big advantage for them. I don't know. I like their chances. I'm going to take Grand Canyon. Gotta always take an upset when you're making any sort of bracket. Chapel Hill region, North Carolina, Long Island, Wofford, LSU. This is just between North Carolina and LSU pretty much. I don't know. LSU, I think, kind of peaking at the right time. They made a good run through the SEC tournament. They didn't win it, but they came damn close. I think North Carolina is going to get this one, though, at home. This is going to be a really good series, though. I'm just waiting for UNC LSU to play each other. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. But, yeah, I'm going to go with UNC. Let's go back to the top. Lexington region. We have Kentucky, Western Michigan, Illinois, Indiana State. I'm going to take Kentucky to win this region, and I'm going to take Indiana State to be the runner-up. I think these two are a bit ahead of the pack. Illinois is a good team. Western Michigan, not bad, but these two definitely above the rest. I like Kentucky's chances at home. Indiana State, I think, will give them a good run, but I'm going to take Kentucky. Corvallis region. I'm going to take UC Irvine. UC Irvine's a really good team. They're strong. They were in contention to host for a while this year. I think they came up just a bit short. Oregon State's good. Nicholls State, Tulane, not bad. UC Irvine, though, I think they're better than Oregon State. Oregon State had some losses this year to teams I think they really shouldn't have lost to. They had a really good year, but I don't know. I like Irvine. I think they're the most well-rounded team in here. Raleigh region, I think this is one of the weaker ones. I'm not too high on South Carolina. I'm a little confused on why NC State's hosting. I think there were some teams that were better. Bryant and James Madison are also good teams. I'm thinking, I don't really know. I think it could be any of the three between NC State, James Madison, South Carolina. I'm going to take NC State just because they're the host, but it wouldn't surprise me if one of those other two teams came away. Athens region, we got Georgia, Army, Georgia Tech, and UNC Wilmington. Georgia and Georgia Tech are the teams people are going to be looking at. UNC Wilmington is a very strong team, though. They're good. There's a reason they're a 2 seed. It's going to be hard for me to pick against Georgia. I think it's going to be Georgia and Georgia Tech. Don't sleep on UNC Wilmington. They're really good. I'm going to take Georgia to win it, though. Clemson region. We got Clemson, High Point, Coastal Carolina, Vandy. This is a tough region, man, because Clemson's obviously really good, but Coastal and Vandy, they are two really strong teams. I mean, they don't mess around. I like Vandy in this one, to be completely honest with you. I'm going to take Vanderbilt. Clemson was in a high ranked spot last year, lost to Tennessee at home when they hosted. I can see a similar thing happening here. I'm going to take Vanderbilt. Stillwater region, Oklahoma State, Niagara, Florida, Nebraska. Now, Florida, I don't think should be in here. They're one game above 500. I just don't think they're that great. Then again, though, you know they're going to end up winning just because, like, every single time it's like, well, this team shouldn't be in here, they always end up winning. I think Oklahoma State's good. Nebraska's good, too. I'm actually going to have Nebraska as my runner-up. Nebraska, I think, is going to make some noise here. Not to say Oklahoma State's overrated or anything. Niagara's not bad, actually. They had a really good record. Watch out. They're not a pushover team. I'm going to take Florida, though, to win this one. Santa Barbara region. I saw something that said Santa Barbara is 25-0 at home this year. They haven't lost a single home game. I don't think that's going to change. I think they're a really good team. They're ranked 14, rightly so. I think they end up winning this one, and the runner-up's going to be one of these two. Oregon and San Diego are both really good teams. I could see either one of these two winning this region. I'm going to take San Diego to be the runner-up, but that is a good region. Definitely. I think Santa Barbara's going to win it, though. And last one, College Station Regional. I think A&M's going to win this one. I would think about taking Texas, but they've kind of been a little lackluster this year. Like, I think they kind of fell short of expectations. They still made the tournament. But they fell short of expectations maybe a little bit. I think A&M's definitely the best team in here, and they're the host. I'm gonna take Louisiana to be the runner-up and not Texas, because I feel like everyone's gonna take Texas, and I think Louisiana's better. So I think that's a chance for me to make up some points, because I feel like everyone's gonna take Texas. So, all right, we've made it now to the Super Regionals. These are best of 3. Tennessee, Wake Forest. Ooh, I feel like I gotta go with Tennessee. They've been far and away the best team this year. I think I gotta take them. Kentucky and UC Irvine. I'm tempted, man. I'm really tempted to take Irvine because they're really good, man. I'm gonna write it out. Give me UC Irvine over Kentucky. I really like my chances with that one. I think UC Irvine's a team not to be messed with. Duke and Florida State. Well, Duke beat them in the ACC title. So I'm going to say Florida State wins this one, and they get their revenge. NC State, Georgia. See, I don't think either one of these teams is that great, but I don't see anyone in their regions that could really challenge them. I thought about taking maybe Georgia Tech or UNC Wilmington. I don't know. We'll see. I think Georgia's going to win. They do have Charlie Condon, the number 1 player in the country. That guy's crazy. So, yeah, we're going to take Georgia. Arkansas, Mississippi State. Arkansas, they always fall short of expectations. They always do. I really am tempted to not take them. Mississippi State is really good. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take Mississippi State. They're a really strong team. Vanderbilt and Florida. I'm going to take Florida. Vandy beat them in the SEC tournament. Florida, I think, though, they're still like look, they had a 500 record. They played a really tough schedule, but I feel like when the tournament comes, they're going to turn it up. I feel like Florida always ends up doing that, so I'm going to take the Gators. And then down here, I think North Carolina ends Grand Canyon's run. And then I have quite a few SEC. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 SEC teams already. You know, Santa Barbara's good. They're really good, man. And I don't know. There was one year they were like Louisville was ranked really highly. They beat Louisville in the Super Regional. I'm gonna take them. Give me UC Santa Barbara. So making it to Omaha, we have 2 West Coast teams: UC Irvine, UC Santa Barbara, and then Florida, Georgia, Mississippi State, Florida State, Tennessee, North Carolina. All right, coming out of this bracket 1. I'm going to take Tennessee, and I'm going to have Florida State as my runner-up. I think Tennessee's they've just been so good this year. I don't know who's going to stop them. Can someone from this region stop them? We got UC Irvine, UC Santa Barbara, Florida, and Georgia. I don't know. I feel like I'm going out on a limb with I have 4 teams that are ranked, 4 teams that aren't. I feel like I'm going out on a limb for like all 4 of these teams. Like, What are none of these ranked? Santa Barbara and Georgia are ranked. I don't know. I'm gonna. How far do we want to ride Santa Barbara? I don't know if I could ride Santa Barbara all the way to a national title. Oof. I'm between. I don't know. I feel like I could take any of these four. I'm gonna take Irvine. That might be stupid, but I think they're actually no. I'm gonna take Santa Barbara. No, that's I'm gonna take Santa Barbara. I don't know. I'm gonna ride them all the way. I think they're a really good team. They always have a good team, and they're ranked real highly in the preseason. They got unranked at one point, but they've come storming back. I really like them, but ultimately to win the national title, I feel like I gotta take Tennessee. Actually, you see, the number one overall team never wins, man. They never. I'm gonna do it. I just don't see anyone beating Tennessee. I just think they're the best team. They're the best team. I took them to win it all the last time they were ranked number one, and they got upset by Notre Dame. So I could be wrong about this, but I'm gonna take Tennessee. They're so good, man. They're just really good. I don't even. I'm just gonna take them. We'll see. Hopefully, I have the right amount of upsets. We'll see how good this bracket ends up being. I hope you guys enjoyed. Good luck to you and your team this college baseball tournament season. Have a great day, everybody.